Hey guys, I'm back with another video. I just performed surgery on this one to make him less questionable, and my friend is super excited about this. And then I am going to perform a small surgery on this one. I know most people don't like this one because it reminds them of the tree, and part of the reason I didn't buy this one initially is because it looked too Christmassy to me compared to some of the other ones, at least. But I really do like her. I love green. And so I noticed that technically this skirt right here is removable. But we're not, we can remove the skirt entirely. I've done that. But it looks weird. So this is what it would look like without the skirt. And I don't necessarily want that. What I did find, however, is if we change this from looking like a tree. Okay, why am I struggling? This goes on. I've gotten it on and off before. Some people might do this and just make it a skirt. But I found it is much cuter if we almost get the skirt all the way back up. So, and make it like a dress. And then try to center the bow right under her chin. I am going to work on attaching this to her little hood, and at this point and this point, and then she should be good to go. And this should be really quick, and then she'll be less like a Christmas tree, more like a dress with a hood. Anyway, let's start. And I don't feel like doing the mattress stitch, so I'm going to do just a whip stitch. If you ever have problems with your thread tangling, you want to pay attention to how it's wound on the spool. I used to have to wax my thread all the time, and there were issues. It would still tangle, and come to find out, it matters how you pull it off the spool and how you thread it on the needle. So because this one is like crisscross, you're going to want to pull it up like this. Now, if you have a thread spool that is just straight, like across horizontally, then you're going to want to pull the thread this way. When you do that, it makes sure that like all the cotton fibers lie the correct direction. And then how you thread the needle is also important. And also, like, so not only does the cotton fibers lie the correct direction, okay, you also keep it in the, like, how it was wound. Like, there's like the way that it turns will keep it from, it keeps it going the correct direction. And then I have learned that if you're struggling threading a needle, you can get the needle threader, of course, but there is one direction on the needle that it's supposed to thread through. And so if you find that it's not going through one way, flip the needle around and try going it the other way. Just things I've observed. All right, now I'm gonna flip, I think I'm gonna do a whip stitch. So I'm gonna flip her. I'm gonna make sure that this middle seam line, if we base this off the middle seam line, her bow should line up good. So we can either attach her to the pink part, or we can, let's get her tag out of the way though. We don't want that stuck there permanently. So let's just do a knot right at that middle seam line. Pull it through, leave a little tail, otherwise you'll accidentally pull it through, because I don't like knotting things. I like knotting it on the piece. All right, now how I knot things is I put the needle through the loop 2 times. I know this is white thread. I don't think it's gonna matter. So, all right, there is our first knot. You can knot it through some more if you want, like by going through that same place a couple times. I'm not gonna knot it again, but I'll just bring it through a couple times. And this is so furry, I don't even know if it matters too much. Okay, now you can get rid of this tail if you want. There. So this is probably way more thread than I need, but here we are. No, this is gonna be easier just to do it on the outside. Unfortunately, I wanted to do it through the back end because it'd be so much easier. And guys, make sure when you're doing this that you're grabbing material, because otherwise you're, ooh, this thing is very tight. Otherwise, what's the point? Okay, got that through. I have to say the head part's gonna be the hardest part because it's hard underneath. All right, I can see it. Let's pull this. I went so far over on the headpiece, but it's fine. It will be fine. I've had worse looking mattress stitches. This one might benefit from pulling it later and just putting the stitches in. Notice, and we're just going crisscross. Now, it probably would have been smarter to start at the edge, but I wanted the middle seam to line up, so I started in the middle. I can, after I finished going this way, I can push my needle through in the fabric and hide the thread and then finish the other side. So, not the end of the world. We're gonna do, I think, one more into the head and one more into the skirt, and then we'll pull it tight. Okay, there's that side. Now let's push the needle through the material, and we want to go back to the middle. We're gonna go. I know you can't really see what's going on because it's so furry. But you're wanting to hit the edge of the skirt and you're wanting to get in the head. Now, these are bigger chunks than I would normally be taking if I could actually see, but I think this will be fine. It's not like this is not going to be something that people are necessarily going to be yanking on, or a big, Alright, let's get closer to her arm on the skirt. Let's So stop doing that. This is what happens when you have too long a thread. Alright, just in case the integrity of the original thread is completely broken, I'm going to do this. I might knot it in her arm. Yeah, let's do that. I'm not gonna cut it between the front and the back, but I will knot it just in case if the thread that's not in it. And then we'll just pull it through a couple times in her arm. Okay, the back is done. Very cute. This is secure. Okay, now the front. I hope I didn't like bang her face up the time. Okay. Oh, she's so cute. She's my favorite. Okay. So now let's travel the needle up to here. And let's not make sure that. So I think we're gonna do it where you can see it, but make sure we don't get her arm again. I'm sorry if any of this is unfocused because I am not watching the camera right now. Okay, let's get some into her neck. This is why I need the thimble to help push. Guys, you're gonna get to see the zipper effect in just a moment. I think we'll have a few more stitches. Right. I think one more in here, and then one more in the skirt, and we'll knot it out in the arm, and one more down here. Time to do the zipper. You see all those threads right here, the white threads? Now we pull, and that is the mattress stitch. I might pull a little more. The art is pulling but not breaking the thread like I did earlier. Okay, now I'm going to knot this in probably the arm. Might go to the back. And this might be easier in the back. We're gonna bury the thread in her arm. Okay. All right. She's done. Her bow is somewhat centered. It's okay. I think she's cute. And now she looks like she's wearing a cute little dress. So, well, thanks for watching. Bye.